prior to surgery, this is as far as I could get.
Wow.
And now,
oh wow.
What are you talking about?
I know. Are we gonna fix this? What are we gonna do? I might have to do, elbow replacement. Am I gonna?
that just sucks. Alright guys, today's a vlog style video. It's very exciting for me. I get to go back and see my doctor, get my post-op, look at my arm, see if I can start moving some weight with this right arm. I'm just super excited. It's gonna be pretty cool. Can't wait. Obviously I'm anxious. Let's see what he says. What's up?
Okay.
Am I gonna get the news I want?
What if you don't get the news you want?
Woo, I feel like that's a buffet all the way home. What are you talking about?
You're gonna drown your sorrows in food.
That's what I'm known for. That's what I normally do.
Now,
But I'm not going to because I do have to make weight this weekend.
Now, when you say all the way home, what people don't know, or they may not know, is we had to drive over 8 hours to get to this appointment.
9 hours.
9 hours.
9 hours here. But yeah, I mean, I'm optimistic. My arm feels good. I think we can have a good not result, but a good, reassurance that hey, I'm good to go.
Impressed that you are not wearing the brace that he told you to wear?
That was last week. I don't know.
It's today.
How you feeling?
I mean, I'm good.
Feeling okay?
Yeah.
How's elbow feeling?
I mean, I haven't flexed the bicep yet, but with assistance, we can get my hand
Okay.
pretty far.
Oh yeah, that's
You know what I
good.
mean? And then we've gotten, it used to be 10 inches from here to here, and we pushed it to 6 3/4.
Okay. Good.
So
That looks good.
Yeah, it's way, like,
A lot better.
way better than it was prior to surgery. I just don't know how well the tendon is healed. He said at 6 weeks it should be healed, so it's been 6.5. So
It's 6.5.
Yeah.
So, are you and I setting our super match up?
Me and you, baby. What would you think tomorrow? I don't know if I can put pressure on it yet. What do you think? 4 weeks? 4 weeks of she'll be able to crack your wrist?
I have no idea, but my son has a goal of beating you. This is his time.
This is his time. I told her the dad said crack your wrist right now. I probably could. I think I could. I feel like I could crack it, but I probably could. So
What has been the hardest lesson learned through all of this?
0 lessons have been learned. But the hardest thing for me has just been, I wouldn't say inactivity, complacency.
Complacency? You haven't been complacent.
I have been very complacent with my ability to do anything with my right arm.
I think you need to look up what complacent means.
Maybe you should look up what my means. Watching other people continue to get to do what I love and me not be able to. That's what's been hard. It let me realize how much it does mean to me. Because sometimes you just think, that's not that big a deal, right? I mean, because when you're doing it all the time and you can do it all the time, it's not that big a deal. When it's taken from you, you realize how important it is. I mean, I've been doing it for 33 years, right? I'm almost 50, so it's 2/3 of my life. So yeah, it's important. When you're in a position like this where you're forced to be on the sidelines and watch other people get to do and maybe even take for granted what you love and that you currently cannot participate in, is difficult. But my time is coming. Yep.
All right, he does want some x-rays.
What's going on, man?
What's up, dude?
Hey, you.
Hello, love the suit.
It's okay. I knew you come in, so I wanted to look good for the monster.
Looking all.
It's okay if the students come in?
Yeah, of course.
All right, guys.
Hello, ladies.
This is the Todd's PA. Also a student that's looking to go to medical school. From Germany.
Oh, wow.
Germany.
Very cool.
That's chocolate.
I know. Did you ever see chocolate?
Get your magazine chocolate. That's just wrong.
It's not about that. All right, so how you doing? Your x-rays look good, actually.
So no bone regrowth?
No bone regrowth.
Sweet.
Thank God. Which, well, we're still not out of the woods, but it looks like it's like holding.
Okay.
But, remember we put that little piece that clips on the back of the bone. So
The button?
Yeah, the button. So the button's still in place, so that's a good sign.
Okay.
All right, so when you see the button still in its location, that means you didn't tear it, because two things happen. One, if you tear it and the button's not under tension anymore, and it falls down into the soft tissue, so you won't see it up against the bone. So it's still holding.
Oh, he's been behaving.
Like,
He's been very good.
You don't know how to behave.
Dude, I've done nothing. It's been the most excruciating 6 weeks of my life.
So all those videos I see you like doing this, those are all old
That's
videos?
left-handed. Oh yeah, if you see anything right, it's all old shit. We got a guy doing our, making short for our TikTok and reels and stuff, so that's all old stuff. I've done nothing with
How you feel? How do you feel?
Ready to start doing something?
I know you feel ready to start doing something, but literally my questions and concerns are that, how does the arm feel versus before?
Okay, so
That's not ready to do something. I know
on the nerve stuff, I can feel these fingers.
Congratulations.
I was just telling her it's a
Congratulations,
Yes,
there,
sir.
brother.
I was just saying, the funny thing is, it's small stuff like trimming your fingernails. For 15 years, when I trimmed my fingernails, I couldn't tell if I was going to trim something bad because I couldn't feel my fingers.
Yeah.
I just trimmed my fingernails today. I was like, oh, I can feel my fingertips.
Yeah.
I can feel those again.
And
Which is cool.
Which is great, because what I'm gonna tell you is that the it's gonna get better. Because remember, we kind of talked about, typically they say it takes 1 millimeter a week of the nerve to heal itself.
Right.
So if you think about, that's a long distance, right? So the fact that you're starting to get good feelings, stuff starting to come back, is a good sign for you. Right. It's only gonna get better.
Exactly.
It's only gonna get better now.
That's how I saw it.
I
you're
agree.
saying,
I agree.
1 millimeter, and that's 25 millimeters in an inch.
It's a long way. But you're gonna notice that over the next couple of months, over the next 6 months, you're gonna start feeling more. Your strengths come back, the muscles should come back. One's gonna do things to disrupt it.
Right.
So that tells me the nerve is waking up.
Right.
All right.
Cool.
Which is good, because that thing is really compressed.
Yeah.
Do that.
Big time.
All right. So that means your strength's coming back, and also I can see also some of your atrophy is starting.
A little bit, it's not great, but you can feel the muscle. You can feel the muscle.
Yeah, right. So it's coming.
Yeah, it's slowly.
It's slowly, but it's coming. It's not going in the wrong direction.
No.
And your wrist, your wrist stop.
This is as far as this is still further than it's been in a long time.
Absolutely.
It used to just be about right there.
Yeah.
So now it's pretty good. This.
Okay.
We're 6 3/4 inches away from my shoulder. It used to be 10. Prior to surgery, this is as far as I could get.
Wow.
And now.
Oh wow. Good for you. Massive.
I mean, it's huge. Now
I know that's huge.
I couldn't supinate past here before, right?
Right.
Now I still can't physically, actively, but watch this.
Yeah. There you go.
Dude, what are you talking about?
I know.
That's huge.
I did it. I just said you keep it.
Yeah.
All right. So one of the things we're going to do is also, there's something we call a hook test, which is your arm is so massive it's not even going to make a difference.
I've read that.
Right. So typically what happens if the bicep tendon's intact, I got a hook, and I feel a good hook here. So you can feel like when I take my finger, I can feel a hook. It's not. The hook test is. That's great right there. I can feel the tendon, so that's good. So it tells you two things. One, it tells you it's attached. Two, it tells you that it's sort of kind of working appropriately too. Because you can reattach a tendon, it can be too short, it can be too long, and you don't get the power. Does that make sense? Uh-huh. So it's and so that's really cool. So when you go like this, it tightens, and I can't pull. That's a good sign. Yeah. Typically, if it's completely torn, when that happens, you pull, and you can pull it all over the place. You can feel it. People don't like it. It's very painful. Okay. So it's a negative hook test. So that's good. Listen, I think that my biggest issues is I think you're doing amazingly well. However, my big issue that scares me still is that if you can give me another 6 weeks, listen to me. Not that I don't think you're going to be fine. I'm worried about not the attachment. I'm worried about the actual tendon. Remember, because we had to do two things. We had to reattach it, and then we had to repair it.
I know.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm worried about that repair side. Does that make sense? And I think we're also safe to go ahead and talk about putting stem cells in there and doing those type of things and intervene there.
Okay.
I think that'd be good.
I think that would be great.
I think it'd be great. So we're out of that process of making all this heterotopic bone again. And I think it's kind of declared itself. So I think, it'd be great for the tendon to actually absorb some of those growth factors and some of those proteins that are in the regenerative therapy stem cell components. It also will help with the inflammation and also will help with the pain.
Pain's only on physical therapy.
If you push me too far this way,
Yeah.
it hurts the back of my elbow.
Yes. And that's interesting you say that. That's because one of the things that I wasn't able to do was go all the way in the back and take all that bone spurs off, right? Because I just thought it would be way too much of a situation. Incision medially, anteriorly, and posteriorly, you'd hate me. So, I'm not surprised you're starting to feel the tension in the back because now you're pulling in the area where you haven't been in a long time.
I just made a post. It's like getting a toy out of the closet you hadn't played with in years. Because I have this extra range of motion that's just wow.
Yeah, exactly. So what we have to do is we have to really focus on keeping that. And typically a lot of times when you get to that point where you feel it, hold it. All right, and then let it go. Then try to push it back. I don't think you're going to initially hurt yourself doing that. It's just an uncomfortable location to be in.
I don't mind the pain as long as I know I'm not hurting anything.
Well,
And as long as I know I'm not injuring myself, the pain's no big deal.
Right, and that's the thing. Where you worry about if you go too much and then you release and you stop in pain.
Right.
Right, you're like, oh, this doesn't feel good. All right, then it's like, oof, you did too much. But the actual getting to a point to where you're comfortable and then pushing a little bit more is very, 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 very important.
So my question, tendons can shorten if they're not used over time. Will they lengthen through exercise?
They can.
They
do
can.
both.
Okay.
So
that tricep tendon can stretch back out.
it can stretch back out.
Okay.
But that's the
Slowly over time.
that is sort of kind of the balance, right?
Yes.
A yin and a yang.
Oh no, that's
Where do you get to a point to where you stretch it out over time, but you don't traumatically do it so you hurt it?
Right.
Does that make sense? And that is the balance.
Okay, this is my question. So his bone spurs on the inside of his elbow, you said was like a coral reef, that bicep tendon was dragging across.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is the tricep tendon doing the same thing on the back?
That's a good point. More than likely, probably. However, but the tricep tendon and the bicep tendon are completely two different animals.
Okay.
The tricep tendon is like a nice, thick, huge highway.
Okay.
8 lanes, 285, 85, spaghetti junction, boom, thick.
Yeah.
The bicep tendon is this 1 lane.
Okay.
Got it? It's a different beast.
Okay.
The amount of bone that was associated in the front versus the back is night and day, right?
Okay.
Yeah, there's a massive amount of
Yeah.
front.
It's a softball.
There's quite a bit in the back, but nothing by comparison to the front.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like us getting this thing completely healed and me getting back to form,
Right.
wherever my arm is at that point, that's where my arm is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that. Yeah, because you've had
it's
success.
with way worse.
Way worse.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Way worse.
so if we get it back to where you think it's going to be,
Yeah.
that's such a huge improvement
Yeah.
where I've been in a decade and a half that it doesn't matter.
And your motion, you should get more motion. The biggest issue that I worry about, because you're 6 weeks now, right?
6.5.
6.5. 6.5.
Friday
In
7.
12 hours, 35 seconds. Okay, we get it. We get the monster countdown. But the interesting thing about it is, what I was worried about mainly is I just want to make sure you didn't lose your motion. The majority of most, we talk about the elbow's a very unforgiving joint. And for your ability to lose is more so a higher percentage as versus gaining your range of motion. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
More people lose their lose their range of motion before they gain it. All right, so congratulations on that. That's huge. That's a huge accomplishment. It tells me that you've been doing your range and you've been keeping it, and you've kept the supination and pronation, which is huge.
It's very good. Oh, the pronation's unbelievable.
I see.
This was my pronation back in October.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Now Eddie wanted me to ask you if it's okay if I do light tricep press downs because it doesn't activate the bicep.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay, so when
So
you
what is the extra 6 weeks for? What am I doing? Like no bicep? Because I still have not
Yeah.
physically flexed my bicep.
No.
I didn't know if you wanted me to.
No. Well, yeah, you are flex your bicep. Every time you do that, you flex your
But
bicep.
I mean, I haven't
You haven't, yeah,
I haven't
yeah,
contracted it.
yeah.
Like it's just done this.
Really?
No,
You haven't?
Not one time.
You have not tried at all?
Not once.
That's just your natural God-given physique. I mean, you just bring it up like that naturally.
You're making jokes.
I see a bicep.
No,
Contracted.
I-
Look at that. It just contracted.
No, I've not flexed it yet.
Look, show that up. Tell me to bring it up again.
I mean,
You're acting for the camera. I saw that. I saw
does
that.
it hurt if I flex it?
I don't know. Try it. I'll fix it again if it messes up.
What are you comfortable with me trying?
I don't know. You scared me now.
me too.
I thought you were flexing it.
I haven't contracted.
Try it. Try contracted it. Oh, baby.
Well, it's the first time I flexed my bicep in 7 weeks.
In 7 weeks. You went 7 weeks. Here it is.
I mean,
live.
Like you ain't feel it. Like
Yeah.
the bicep there now.
Ding, 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 ding.
It's okay for me to do that?
You tell me.
Well, I mean, as long as you're, because
How does it feel?
it doesn't hurt.
Okay, that's a good sign.
My question when you were talking about the 6 weeks,
Yeah,
does
I
that
flex now? I just don't want to. I don't want to flex with strength.
Okay.
I don't want. You know.
So Eddie wanted me to see if I could do BFRs with no weights.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
BFRs no weight? So
Yeah.
you're
Just
not.
contracting.
So you
Right.
can do active movement now.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
no 5-pound dumbbells.
Yeah, no weights.
Okay.
Right. Because I gotta, again, I'm not worried about the attachment. I'm worried about the tendon in between.
Okay.
The last thing I had.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh crap.
Every intention in the world of competing this Saturday left-handed. We're right here. But I can do it without doing anything on my right. Like I'm in a sling, it's no big deal. And then I have a
sorry.
month before I pull again at the Nationals.
All right. So this is my only thing. You and I talked about this. My only thing with this is I agree, but and I have to respect you as a professional, right? Would I recommend you doing it? No. Fuck. However, does that mean you can do it? You can do what you want to do.
But I've been so good so far.
I agree. But my only issue is this. So you feel as though that you can independently do what you do.
I mean,
So you can dissociate your whole other side of your body.
Well, I mean,
Shut it down.
I know I think you're being sarcastic right now.
You're asking me.
I'm just telling you from my experience of arm wrestling that I can do this without.
Okay.
But I mean-
so you are saying you can.
I'm saying I have very strong mental focus. But so she's the.
You're saying you have a
Robert,
very special
Rebecca,
set of skills.
very specific set of skills.
Oh, okay. You too. What we're gonna do? We're gonna get the gorilla tape. And I want you to wrap his whole body and just leave his left arm out.
Okay, so here's the question. So you said.
That's actually an idea.
Yeah, seriously, I thought about ace bandaging it and then just put it in a thing so that there was. But here's my question to you. You said 6 more weeks. So that puts me at 12 because we're saying
Right.
6 weeks. So 6 more weeks would be 5 weeks from Friday, so 12 weeks.
Right.
The Nationals are in 11 weeks
Oh, dear
total.
Lord.
I was hoping to be able to hold the peg by then. Do you still don't think that'd be a good idea in 11 weeks?
Hold the peg
Yeah.
or be able to pull from the peg. That's a big difference.
It's a big difference. So if you don't want me touching it, I can still pull in a sling. I mean, I can do it in a sling.
Okay, so this is the
I just want to know when.
This is the thing you have to understand, and this is what every athlete has to go through.
Yeah.
Because the injuries are part of the game. But what you do is the awards that you're going after right now in this time worth the ability of you going back in the OR.
See, y'all two are in cahoots with this shit.
We're not.
I'm just telling you.
You know, I mean,
Because I was going to go arm wrestle last weekend, and I'm like, fine, I'll just message Doc and see what he says, because he's going to let me.
I'll go ahead and tell him.
And then you said no, and I'm like,
We had
Because-
World War III.
oh yeah,
in
she had a full blown get pissed at me in the
she
in the hot
should.
tub.
They think
And I was like,
you
I'm on this
should.
weekend.
She should, because at the end of the day, really, if you think about it, you are the world champion. How many times?
23.
How many years is that?
Well, I won my first in 2005, so
Okay,
I've
so-
done it over 18 years.
18 years. If you get another 18 years of wrestling, do you think you would matter about 6 weeks? You think 6 weeks is gonna matter?
Do not put that camera.
I mean, honestly, do you think 6 weeks, if you get another 18 years of wrestling and win another 50-something titles?
You don't want me to pull left at all.
I don't. I mean, if
I'm so confused because my mind had told me I was pulling last week in the Nationals, and then I didn't go to Nationals.
that's what your mind told you, but that's not what I told you.
I know
that's
not what she told me, but I mean, I just felt like I could persuade you.
I know anybody. I'm just saying.
So you're just saying don't
I
compete
don't. I
again?
mean, yeah, because I think. Listen, let's get something.
The risk is not worth the
risk is
reward.
not worth the reward.
Okay, so let's just say
Because
in 6
if you
weeks.
tear this thing,
So how am I going to tear this though? Doing this?
don't know. Stranger things have happened. No, this is very difficult for you because you're a guy that literally has done unthinkable. You really have. Right? You're superhuman, human natural. It's just weird. It's crazy how much you've been able to do with that arm. And I get it. I know you can probably do well, but it's not about getting back. It's about staying back in the game. Right?
Yeah.
Staying there. Right? Everything is going well, bro. I met you 6 weeks ago. You couldn't even raise your arm.
All right.
Right? We're just trying to figure out, are we going to fix this? What are we going to do? Am I have to do elbow replacement? Am I going to cut it off? Everything.
A
Right?
little excessive.
Not for me, right? Because you, as a surgeon, you think about all these things, right? What am I getting into? Right? So, it's been 6 weeks. Like I said, if you get another 18 years out of that elbow, another 25 championships or whatever you get, and now all of a sudden you're retired, you'll look back at this and say, you remember when you give me a hard time, you give me a hard time about 6 weeks?
I got you. It's just going to take a little bit for it to sink in. I'm trying.
Good.
Yeah, it's
Let
just.
it. Call me. We can talk about it, pray about it, do whatever we do. Do what we do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're I gotta say your mental clarity is so much better. You just seem like you're in a good space. That's what's more important to me.
I appreciate it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It seems like you're understanding, you're excited to get back. You know what I mean? And I think that's the hardest when you've accomplished everything you've accomplished in this sport. The greats have a problem with the motivation after a while. Because you've accomplished everything, right? You've done everything you wanted to do.
I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm hungry now than ever because it's been taken from me.
Exactly. And I love it.
Because before, it's like, maybe I've done enough.
Yeah.
But that's because I could still do it.
Right.
Once you took, not you, but once it was taken from me and I can't, and I'm watching other people do what I love, that's been tough.
And that's been hard. But that's the point of it, understanding that I'm coming back. And when I come back, I'm even better, stronger, and more emotional. So don't get in the way of your progress.
All right.
All right? Patience.
All right, let's have it.
It's not the news I wanted to hear. Like, I know I'm healthy. I know my arm's okay. I know I'm doing everything I'm supposed to, but to think that I can't arm wrestle left-handed, I never, ever, ever thought that he would not want me to pull left-handed.
This is one of those things that it's for the greater good, honey.
I know. It just sucks.
I know you're ready to get back in the game.
It's so hard to just sit on the sidelines.
It's temporary. It's temporary.
I know. And also, I wanted to start curling. I wanted to start curling 5-pound dumbbells.
You were looking forward to those 5-pound dumbbells. I know right now it sucks. I know it sucks. And I know it's stressful and makes you anxious. And you're right, you're not a spectator. You're a participator and having to spectate in the sport that you love. I know it's getting to you, but I also know you've been through way worse. You've been through way worse things in your life, and this is a temporary obstacle.
Yep.
Do you trust Dr. Alamine?
Okay, Yes, but I don't think he understands
Do
arm wrestling. I
Is-
don't think he understands that I can arm wrestle left-handed without flexing my right arm.
do you think that Dr. Elamine may have a better understanding of the body and its physics
Of
than you
course
do?
he does.
Do you still believe that he was a blessing?
Yes, Rebecca, I know. Listen, I love you. It's just gonna take me a minute. I mean, I just found this shit out like 30 minutes ago.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm all in for your comeback story, Michael. I'm all in.
Yeah. Love you, babe.
I love you.
All right, guys, so we're wrapping up the day. I've had a few hours to think about it. Obviously, it was not the report that I wanted to hear, but, I'm going to do everything the doctor said. He told me no arm wrestling for 6 more weeks, no pulling motions for 6 more weeks. I do get to do BFRs, like isometric BFRs, no weight, and I get to do some triceps and some pushing exercises. It's going to be very, very light, but at least it's something. At least it's something. And I know that when these 6 weeks are up and I'm able to go back to training, I'll be healthy. And that's the biggest thing, is being healthy. Being healthy is more important than what I get to do right now. Although I think I'd be perfectly safe to compete. Like you said, stranger things have happened. Any kind of fluke accident could happen. I could somehow slip, fall, land on my right arm or something. Who knows?
Somehow slip and fall is not out of the realm of possibility for you.
I have had a few slips and falls in my time. Yeah, so that's it. This was, you saw me this morning, all skipping around, excited about my going to see the doctor, because I thought that, I was going to be stopping at the gym on the way home and doing my 5-pound bicep curls. So he definitely threw me a curveball with that one. But 2 more hours till I get home. Stick to my nutrition, stick to my meal plan. Get in the morning to do cardio, go to physical therapy, get to do some BFRs, celebrate that. And then, I guess start filming some tricep press downs. That's all I got. That's all I got. Road to recovery.
Road to
Continues.
recovery. Here we go. Complacent means showing smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself.
Yeah, so I did not understand the definition of complacent. I've been saying that shit wrong for years.
Using big words that you don't know what
Right?
they mean.
Note to self, don't be saying stupid shit on camera unless you actually know the real definition.